Well, automakers, they are coming in for a bout of profit-taking after a strong set of numbers in the month of September. Sonia is with us to run us through all of those details. Sonia?
Well, thanks a lot for that. So I've, put it into three buckets, the good, bad and the decent set of numbers this time. Let me start with the good first. Eicher Motors reported a very good set of numbers. Royal Enfield data came in at a record high this time. Total Royal Enfield sales up 145% on a year-on-year basis. Let's follow that up with Ashok Leyland, where the numbers looked very strong. Highest sales since March of 2022. The total sales went up 84% year-on-year. The one that has been spectacular throughout the year is M&M, and even in the month of September, things looked very good. Highest ever monthly wholesale volumes at 64,486 units, which is a growth of 129%. And the management says that Mahindra now has a #1 position in the SUV market. The SUV sales have gone up 166% year-on-year because of the success of its recent launches, the XUV 700, the Thar, the Bolero, etc., the new Scorpio. All of that has caused it to see the highest ever SUV sales. Moving on to Escorts Kubota, very strong growth in September. Total tractor almost about 38.7%, and Tata Motors as well. Total domestic sales went up by 44%, led by a strong growth in the passenger vehicle segment. PV sales were up by 85%, and within that, electric vehicle sales were very strong, up about 239%. Now let's move on to the weak set of numbers which came in from the two-wheeler space. So Hero MotoCorp saw a total sales fall of 2% on a year-on-year basis, followed by Bajaj Auto, where exports continue to drag down the numbers. So total sales were down 2%, export sales were down by 33% on a year-on-year basis. And TVS Motor as well, overall sales growth came in at about 9%, but exports continue to be under pressure. For TVS Motor, export sales were down by 9.2%. For Maruti, it was a decent showing this time around, slightly below Nomura's estimates, but because of a low base, the Maruti sales went up by 104% year-on-year, and the management indicated that the demand trends are good, although there are some red flags like high inflation as well as higher interest rates that could hit consumer demand in the months to come. Back to you.
All right, Sonia, thanks a lot for that. So that's about the auto sales numbers that came in for the previous month. Looks strong, but the stocks are seeing some bit of profit taking. And talk about stocks itself, it depends on the way you're looking at the market right now. If you're looking at the frontline indices, you'd realize that maybe there's a lot of weakness. We're at the low point, virtually at the low point of the day for the Nifty. But if you take a look at the broader market, especially the cash stocks, they're doing extremely well. Cochin Shipyard, for instance, is up 8%, and giving it company are a lot of these other shipbuilder companies. We have Mazagon Dock, which is sitting with a gain of almost 4.5%. Also, Garden Reach Shipbuilder. So there are a lot of these defense names doing extremely well. The pharmaceutical names are doing well. RVNL got an order, so that stock is spiking as we speak as well, up around 5%, and the hospitality stock. So a group of stocks doing extremely well, even as the overarching uncertainty continues.
Mangala, let me just plug in the pharma. I did a piece of analysis on pharma on the editors roundtable on Friday, and just quick couple of points. The pharma index is virtually unmoved from 2015, while the Nifty is close to have doubled. Now it seems there is some bit of money that's flowing towards the pharma index. Few factors. It's non-discretionary in nature. The second factor is the rupee weakness. Well, it's actually good for them. And the second half of the year, margins could improve because API prices have cooled up and logistic costs as well. And hopefully, the worst of the US price erosion is behind them. So, and the domestic story as well seems very, very very strong. So street optimistic on that front explains why a relative outperformance on that space.
That's correct, Nigel. And perhaps maybe because of the uncertainty, people may want to back the defensives as we speak. But with that, we're out of time on this edition of Chartbusters. You stay tuned to CNBC-TV18.